Welcome back to Retro Tech Toys. I've got some more stuff to say about this 2009 Macintosh I bought a while back for 80 bucks. I took it apart to upgrade some stuff, and it's a mess. Be nice if sellers were actually honest with you. There's the video connection. It's kind of, the tabs are broken off where it clips onto. It just fell right out. And here is the Wi-Fi and Bluetooth card. What is this? Like, he just has it taped on. Like, this is what it looked like when I took it apart. I mean, he looks like he cleaned it pretty well. Power supply looks good. Everything else looks okay, I suppose. But it didn't have the little flap for the that covers the RAM slots. And I have to fix this Wi-Fi card thing that he just kind of bungled. And you can see down there where the video connection hooks up. Like, it's, the tabs that secure it in place are completely broken off. So what I'm going to have to do there is just hold it in place. And this is a temporary fix that I'm mounting this hard drive because I don't have a bracket that fits it. So this will just be a temporary fix for now. I just need to make sure this thing works and I can get it upgraded after I made the few repairs that I made on it. And definitely wanted to get that old 7200 RPM hard drive out of there for something better. Oh yes, he's happy. He agrees. It's nice. But anyway, here it is all set up on High Sierra. I ended up going with a Samsung Evo hard drive, 240 gig SSD, instead of that one because I had some problems with it. But here you go. You see all the specs here. I've upgraded it to 12 gigs of RAM. I've got the SSD in there. I've got High Sierra back on here. It's doing really well again. So much snappier than it was with that 7200 RPM hard drive. And even snappier than it was with the other SSD that I'd put in. That SSD is like 4 years old anyway, so it's probably time for it to go. This Samsung SSD is really nice. There you see all the RAM. I've got a couple of 4 gig and a couple of 2 gig SIMs in there. I need to buy a couple of 4 gig SIMs to go with this. I actually bought those other 2 4 gig ones at a local thrift store for 15 bucks. That was a pretty good deal. Need to get a few more, so I've got 15 bucks plus the SSD that I already had invested in this thing. So yeah, you're looking at under $100 that I've put into it to upgrade it. And there you see all the specs. And there's my hard drive. It's the Samsung Evo, like I said. And that's pretty much it. It's working really well. It's working better than I could have imagined. Something that's 11 years old working. I know I showed this to you guys in a previous video, but I wanted to show you after I did everything that needed to be done to it, just to kind of show you guys that you can get a really cheap Mac for, almost nothing that does a lot of cool stuff. I can't open up Logic for you because I'm actually doing some downloads, and that's going to slow up this YouTube video that I wanted to show you guys. It's playing in 720p. Please disregard the reflection. I'm in my office/laundry room. It's a little messy. But yeah, it plays in 720 really well without any issues. So, I'm pretty excited about the whole thing. And it does sputter there briefly for a second, but, whatever. It's going to do that. It's an 11-year-old computer, but give it a little sputter or two, and then it's usually good to go. But I wanted to show you can also play retro games on this using OpenEMU, which is an emulator. It emulates a lot of different video game consoles. I've got a bunch of Nintendo games on here and some PlayStation. So let's give Nintendo a shot and see how it runs. Now, I'm not doing any audio right now because I've gotten hit with copyrights by Nintendo for just having audio, so I'm just not going to do it right now. But you see, everything plays well, and I can assure you it sounds great. So you're not going to have to worry about any of that. You can play retro games to your heart's content. I believe you can go up to PlayStation on this without any issues, and we're going to do that next. But, playing some 1942, 1943 plays really well. Let's go ahead and get ready to get out of this because I want to show you guys what PlayStation is like. And I'll come back after that so you can just hear everything and get a feel for what it sounds like.
Closing. Best be on your way, stranger. What? No mug of ale for a weary traveller from distant Corhagen? I can reward you well, for I am of noble blood. I stay open for no man in these dark times. Things come with the night that no sane man would welcome. And so I left. Hey, Victus! End it. Now.
You know, PlayStation plays perfectly. It sounds great. Now I'm going to show you guys a little sample in iMovie. As you can see, the iMovie sample played really well. Unfortunately, that's what we're looking at to render a 9-minute long 1080p video on this Mac. I do not recommend this Mac for video editing. You could do light image editing. You can do YouTube videos and stuff on that. You can write, so use it as a word processor, check your email, play retro games. There's a lot of stuff you can do with it, and you can get a feel for, you know, Mac OS, because it does run High Sierra, which is still kind of supported. So this is it when I tried to run it, like I said, with high settings on 1080p. I'm not going to sit around and wait 5 hours. It's just not something that we're going to do. I wanted to actually render this video on the Mac, but it wasn't happening. I reduced the video quality down to medium and got it down to a 400 megabyte file, and it still wanted to take 3 hours. I don't think anybody should ever have to render a 400 megabyte video and sit there for 3 hours and wait for it to get done. Not something you ever want to do. So again, this Mac is pretty much good for just about everything except for, you know, heavy duty video editing. You don't want to do that at all. So basically, you know, you can do a lot of cool things with it, but you're not going to want to edit video. Now, I am going to put a video clip in here because I finally did render this video down. As you can see, I changed the settings down to a pretty low quality 720p. And that said it would take 2 hours to do, and I'm actually okay with 2 hours, so I knew the quality was going to be horrible. I'm going to include some of the quality here at the end of the video so you can see what it looked like when it rendered down finally. And pretty much, you know it's not going to look great. And as it is, like I said, I just can't recommend this thing for video editing. But I put $80 into this Mac, and then I spent $15 or so on a RAM upgrade, and I spent, I already had the hard drive, but that hard drive costs about $60 or $70. So you're looking at $80 to $90 total, so about $180 to upgrade this thing completely and to buy it and all that good stuff. So for about $180, you can get used to Mac OS. You can do a lot of the things that you could normally do on Mac OS except for video editing. Anyway, here's the video so you can see what that looks like after it rendered down finally. Now that's all I've got for today. Thank you for watching Retro Tech Toys, and I will see you next time. Got a lot of cool videos planned for you.
That's in! Hey, Victus!